Hello and welcome to Video Revealed. I'm Colin Smith, and this is not my real voice.
My voice is being altered by altered AI voices using AI deepfake technology.
Okay, so Altered is not like any other company I've seen in this, the world of AI voices. So stick with me, hold on for a bit, and I have something for professional editors about dialogue replacement, ADR. So they do the standard things, text to speech, you have transcription or some text or an SRT, and it converts it into a spoken word. I've got an example in Spanish, even though I don't speak Spanish. They do transcription, they do translation. Automatic translation, and it's pretty darn good.
They also do this, which is speech-to-speech voice morphing.
This is my real voice.
And this is not my real voice. So I'm going to show you how to take any audio recording of a voice and morph it into another voice, including
voice cloning, where you can make your own voice. They also have the best cleanup and denoising. It doesn't have that metallic kind of sound in it. It's incredible, even in a noisy environment. And they also work with voice actors. So if you're a voice actor and you want to work with Altered, I'll have a link in the description with a page describing how you can work with them. And they're also very ethical. Again, I'll have a link to their ethical mission statement. They're fantastic. Okay, so here's the ADR example for professionals. So if you're a professional editor and production is going on, you're usually editing while footage is coming in, and occasionally stuff comes up where that's going to have to be replaced, that's going to have to be replaced. And it's a little annoying that every single time you play that scene over and over, you're waiting for the ADR. So here's the scenario. Make a custom voice out of the actor. All you need is 4 to 8 seconds of clear dialogue. You make a voice, save it in the library. You do the ADR because you know the pace and the emotion better than anyone because you're deep into the edit. You record your own ADR. You use speech to speech where you convert your voice to the actor's voice. You drop it in and they'll think that you're some kind of amazing voodoo editor. All right, let's get started in Altered AI. We're going to start in the studio. Okay, so we're in the Altered studio here, and there's also a separate section for creating the voices, but we're going to really just look at the studio. In the bottom left, there are some settings, and when I click on that, here's where you can set up your default input and output. Here's where the library of voices are, and these are the high quality voices here, so I'm going to use Austin.
Alex squishes cancer cells in a petri dish at work.
And I'm also going to use Kate.
Once upon a time there lived a little...
And Robert.
What is the airspeed of an unladen swallow?
And Vito.
The airspeed velocity of a European...
And this is where you can make your own custom voices. I made one for myself and for my wife. And you can do that through this button right here, Rapid Custom Voice. Like I mentioned before, they also have a higher quality version of this. This is just for doing a quick and dirty one. You can add your training files right here. There's also a batch mode. It's not supported in the web version, but in the desktop version, you can do complete batch mode. You can also record directly into the studio. You can create a new file, and I'm just going to close things up here. You can create a new file, open an audio file, or open a video. And that's what we're going to do. Supports MP4, OGV, and WebM. Choose the file. And then import that. And because we're using the web version, it has to upload that file. And this is me talking. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, the reason I'm counting out here is The studio wants to trim to the audio that you're using only, so you can't just replace this audio generated file and have the sync work. You're gonna have to just move it around a bit, so I like to record a little bit of count in. Okay, so I'm recording something to be, and you can see there's the block of text at the top. You can see each one of the little speech sections, including all of the little silences that were added. You can cut out any of these, right-click, cut out audio. You can also drag at the bottom and play. This is speech from those sections. So when I have it all selected, I could just morph a selection if I want, but if I want to do the whole thing, I have it all selected. You can also do speech to text, text to speech, and add an effect. And this is where you can add morph, speech to text, translate. You can do text to speech, resample. This is where the cleanup is, the denoiser and the cleaner. There's a bunch of other effects like filtering, normalization, the denoiser, transformations, de-esser, echo, frequency shift, analysis, and other workflows. So I'm going to select this, and you can also do it in the effects menu. So I'll choose morph. And it loads the library here, and we have to pick a voice to be able to morph. So I'll click on the add a voice library. It brings up our choices, and I'll add several of them. So I'll add Austin, I'll add Kate, Robert, and Vito, and I could add any of the other voices down here at the same time, and click OK. And now they're all added, so you have choices based on each voice. Some of these choices will not be available, like if you made a quick one, like a quick clone. But here you've got a bunch of different choices that will give you different options, different modifications like performance, timbre, flexible, cross-lingual. So if you wanted Austin to speak a different language, you could do that. It's going to do things like decreak and fix things with post-processing. The target prosody is more like the performance. So I like to put this in the middle. So it's as if when it's in the middle, it's half you and half the AI. But you can push it either way and get more AI or more of you. So that it's a cross between me and the AI voice. And then you just click on synthesize, and it will put it in the queue and begin to synthesize it. Now, rather than have you wait and watch all of this, I've already done this for each one of the voices. So let me open that. So there's my video. There's my voice. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if I go down to okay, so I'm to Austin.
Okay, so I'm recording something to be used in altered AI.
And we could do Kate.
1, 2, 3. I'm also going to be a woman, so I'm going to speak.
And Robert.
Or what to be fine Scottish.
And Vito.
What am I? Am I here to amuse you?
Okay, so we have all of these choices. I can right-click on this, open it, just that one individually, export the preset, retake it, or export as. And here I can export out as a WAV, MP3, FLAC, M4A, OGG, or Opus. I can download it, go to the file system or Google Drive. Once these are done, I'll export all 4 of them and bring them in and sync them to the timeline in Premiere Pro, and then I'll cut between them. It's really easy to do, and the results are unfreaking believable. I mean, they're the most natural I have ever heard anywhere. So, if we go to Premiere Pro, I've laid them out here. So I've got Austin, Kate, Robert, and Vito. And if you go to your little wrench, you can turn on audio names so I can see it. So I use the 1, 2, 3, 4 to line this up.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay,
And I've lined them all up, and now I'll play them back.
so I'm recording something to be used in altered AI to morph my voice. This is speech to speech, and this is not my voice. This is a different voice. I believe I'm using Austin at this point, and it's going to sound like I'm an FM DJ, if you know what that means.
And I'm also going to be a woman, so I'm going to speak a little softer, and then my voice will be morphed into a woman's voice.
Or what about fine Scottish? And I'm going to try to sound a little bit Scottish right here. And you know, we're going to go into the caber toss and eat some haggis. But again, it's being morphed into a different voice.
And then I'm also going to try Vito. Hey, he's in New York, Vito. Now, what am I? Am I here to amuse you? Am I some kind of clown? Is that what I am? Okay, let's convert these voices.
Okay, so they're converted right down there. Now, I did show you the denoise. Instead of pushing the button and processing it, I'll just show you the example. I recorded this quite a while ago when I was doing the denoising in Premiere Pro, but this is now using altered AI. So you're going to hear this clip and this clip without the cleanup and the rest with the cleanup. All right, I'm recording this with the built-in microphone on my Canon 5D Mark III. This is a way that many folks will record audio and they want to fix it. And the problem is caused by the camera being about 6 to 10 feet away, and we're in a reflective surface. So this is my kitchen. We've got tile floor, wood cabinets, and a hard countertop, which is making all of the audio echo all over the place. And I mean, listen to the difference there. And a hard countertop, which is making all of the cabinets and a hard countertop, which is making all of the absolutely amazing. It's just incredible. Now, I wanted to show how you can train a voice. So I can click in here to Rapid Custom Voice, type the name, Peachy, the gender can be male, female, or neutral. I'm going to go male, 50, American, and add the training voice. So this is my buddy Bill. And here I have to confirm that I have the rights to record this. I used him doing impersonations of famous people because I don't have the rights to the famous people. And click on Train Voice. And here you can add a file to test what this voice is, but I'm just going to add this to my library. It's now in my library, and I'll add another one. We'll call this one Lemon, male, this is his impersonation of Jack Lemmon. Same thing. I'll train that voice. And I did a shorter segment. Instead of doing the whole thing that I just did with the other voices, I did a smaller part with Peachy and with Lemon. I'll add that to my voice library. And if we go to the library now, we can see there's Peachy and there's Lemon. So they don't sound anywhere near as good. And because he's using a very stylized impersonation, it definitely sounds a little odd. Okay, so let's solo the first one. This is the
Okay, so I'm recording something to be used in altered AI to morph my voice. This is speech to speech, and this is not my voice.
So you'll hear the quality is very different. It's not as good as the professional voices, but in a pinch, you could clone someone's voices. Now there is extra cloning. There's a more professional service they have where you can record a much longer duration and create a professional voice. Okay, now let's try the other one.
This is a different voice. I believe I'm using Austin at this point, and it's going to sound like I'm an FM.
And if you listen to what we did, you can hear a little bit of that more in the lemon one.
I am thirsty, but tell me crusty tales of shameful people stay in a house that drug whales. Crusty tales of shameful people in a house of drugged whales.
So I wrote him a little script to say those words because it was enough syllables to cover as many syllables and vowels and combinations of sounds that I thought would be the best job. All right, so the last example I want to show you is a Spanish travel video that I made, and I just went, I don't speak Spanish, so I just had Microsoft Bing AI write me some Spanish. I used text to speech in altered AI. I picked a Spanish voice, but you don't have to as long as the voice has a cross-lingual in the little drop-down. You can use any voice, but let me play this back so you can hear what it sounds like.
España es un país hermoso con una rica historia y cultura. Desde las playas de la Costa del Sol hasta las montañas de los Pirineos, España tiene una gran variedad de paisajes impresionantes. Además, la arquitectura española es única y hermosa. Desde la Sagrada Familia en Barcelona hasta el Palacio Real en Madrid, hay muchos edificios impresionantes que ver. La comida española también es deliciosa y variada. Desde la paella hasta el jamón ibérico, hay algo para todos los gustos. En resumen, España es un país hermoso y diverso que vale la pena visitar.
So there you go. There's altered AI created voices like you're hearing right now. I'm going to finish this out without my real voice. I'm going to use a whole bunch of different voices.
And I think this is a great opportunity for, like I said, temp voices that you can use, final voices, or if you need to act out a whole bunch of performances.
You can do that all by yourself with speech to speech, and you record each individual part. I showed you the noise cleanup, the voice cleanup, or the audio cleanup rather, is incredible.
You can make your own voices. They're an incredibly ethical company, and they're great to work with. There's a link in the description for you to get your trial version.
Hey, if you're new to Video Revealed and you found this informative, take a moment and subscribe. You want to support us more, you can do that on VideoRevealed.com/shop. Donate once or monthly, any amount. We do appreciate it.
Thanks so much, and I'm Colin Smith, and it's my job to not accept every company that reaches out to me.
But bring to the really good, important companies that are emerging so that you can see some incredible new technology.